your glycemic index. So all of you have your continuous blood glucose monitor on, and some of you realized the very things we've been talking about actually did impact you. So if you're going to eat, Marcy ate some grapes and it shot her blood sugar up to what, 210? 207. So actually, grapes all by themselves, they're good food, they're healthy food. Nobody's saying it's not. But remember, we want to stay literally in a more stable range. And when we do spike from eating a meal, we want it to drop quickly and come back into range, right? So what happens when our blood glucose rises really high from the training I've taught you before? Are we in fat burning mode? No, we're not. Actually, what happens is more insulin is secreted by the pancreas, right? And if our muscle stores are full and our liver's full, where does it go? Goes to adipose tissue fat around the middle. And that's the kind of fat that actually gets into your organs. We call it visceral fat. And that, when it surrounds your heart and your other organs, causes problems, health challenges. Okay. So that belly fat is really the fat we want to focus on getting rid of. You know, us pear shaped girls, which unfortunately isn't me, but if you're pear shaped, you're actually healthier than if you have a big belly, because that belly fat is what surrounds the organs. Okay. So those of you, if you don't do anything else on Zoom, I want you to measure right at your belly button, and we want that number to shrink. Okay. This week in the email, I'm going to send out some information about insulin resistance. Okay. And some of you, I mentioned to you who you might be, that you were seeing differences in your Stelo glucose monitor, that even when you were eating, you didn't see it return to normal, or you had some variations that were unusual. And if you've dieted a lot, or you've gained and lost weight a lot, or you've starved yourself, especially if you're a premenopausal person, you could have caused some insulin resistance, where literally your body's pumping out insulin, trying to drive the glucose from the blood into the cell, and it's not going in because you're resistant to the insulin. So then your pancreas has to even pump out more insulin. So how do we reverse that? Well, what you were doing during detox week, I emailed you the leaky gut information. You were doing all the things to heal your leaky gut, right? You were taking fiber, which helps tighten the gut junctures. It has a prebiotic, so it's helping your microbiome. You weren't eating heavy, rich foods or processed foods, and that all helps tighten up your gut junctures. So we got that done. This week, we're going to try to get you sensitive to your insulin that is pumping out. And in order to do that, I want you to at least have a 12-hour window at night that you're not eating. So 7 p.m., if you quit eating, don't eat till 7 a.m. the next morning. You should all be able to do that, right? And a few of you, I stretched you out to 14 hours to give it a try and see what happens to your insulin load, okay? Yes. Yes. So if you quit eating at 7, then you would be someone who doesn't eat till 9. Or if you quit eating at 6, you just do the math, okay? So, and the only reason I say that, that's only for postmenopausal women. If you're still menstruating, or men can do that, they can do that little bit wider window. But if you're still in the childbearing years, you should not do that at all. You should only go 10 to 12 hours without eating, okay? Because otherwise it will screw up with your other hormones. But us postmenopausal women can do it, and men can do it, okay? Now, having said that, now in this session, we're going to start eating more protein. Okay, we're going to eat protein for breakfast. We're going to eat protein for lunch. We're going to eat protein for supper. And I want you to try to get 100 grams. Okay, so how do we do that? We maybe want to beef up the amount of combination of proteins that we're eating. If you eat a salad, you might want to have some hard-boiled eggs with your chicken on there instead of just one protein. Okay, or in the morning when you're eating breakfast, you might want to have that chicken sausage with your egg in your egg bake like we did. Okay. I'm going to send you also a video on making turkey chili, which is in your, right here in your cookbook that you can download again on the site. This is what it looks like. It says 30-day jumpstart program recipes, that same place I showed you. Some of my favorite things in this recipe book are the turkey chili, easy to make, easy to have. Cauliflower fried rice. You can either buy at Target already broken up cauliflower that looks like rice, and then you're going to throw it in a pan and saute it. You can throw some veggies in there, and you can throw an egg in there to absorb the oil, and it tastes really good. Or you can throw some protein in there. Okay. I would do all of the above. I really love, also on the first page, I'd love for you to try not Dr. Nancy's, the protein pancakes, because we're in phase two. Power pancakes, they're called. I call them protein pancakes. There's a recipe there for power pancakes. And I want you to mix it up. Some of you, I've mentioned you're just eating carrots and celery sticks. That's going to get really old and you're not going to last if you do that. You got to try to put some seasoning on your food. You got to try to mix it up. I really want you to put cold and hot together. I've even taken the turkey chili and put it over a bed of spinach, hot and cold together. Some of you, if you like different kinds of lettuces, romaine is better than iceberg, right? It's going to have more fiber. And the more fiber you have, eat your fiber first. That's like putting an oak log on the fire, and it's going to keep you from spiking your blood glucose. If you eat your fruit first, you're going to find your glucose spikes. And after that, what happens if I go to Olive Garden and I eat the bread first, or I go to Texas Roadhouse and I eat the bread first? I have a glucose spike, and the body is primed now. It knows food's coming and it keeps pushing insulin out. Now, everything I eat after that has a high amount of insulin in it. So even if then my blood sugar comes down, as that food processes through my body goes, this food has too much insulin in it. We can't use it to make muscle. Send it to the fat cells. We do not want that to happen. Okay. So that's why those combinations of food, even if you're eating a low glycemic food, we want to eat the savory first. Are you with me? The fiber first, then the protein and the fat. And then if you've got like something that's got a carbohydrate in it, we'd eat that last. Okay. So phase two is all about ramping up the protein. And in order to do that, you're going to need a protein supplement. And that's where you have your two shakes in there. And there is a whole book inside that has shaking and baking with TLS. And you can make foods with it. You can make pancakes with it. You can make muffins with it. You can eat it as a shake. And in the email, I'll also link a video of Melanie Nelson doing all different kinds of shaking and baking with your shake recipes. Okay. So when I send those emails, if there's hot links in there, go ahead and watch the hot links. So you've got to download this program recipes. This week, also, I'd like you to start exercising. Inside Go Trim under the resources is this resource guide. Some of you who have not moved at all, you might want to just start with the dynamic warm up. You're just swinging your arms, okay? And you're going to do that for 2 minutes. And you might be winded even then, okay? And it even has a chart in there with days of the week, what you should be doing. You can just cross them off, okay? Others of you already have your workout down. That's great. And then it goes into actually, these are like almost PT drawings of what you could be doing in the different parts of your body, what kind of exercises to do. I personally love Abby Mills yoga. It's like my favorite thing to do. It's got like chair yoga all the way up to, more aggressive kinds. But if you just start with doing some stretching in bed while you're still in bed, flopping your feet back and forth, bending your knees and putting your knees from one side to the other, doing a figure four and then dropping from one side to the other. While you're still in bed, you'll loosen up your hips, your back before you even get out of bed. Okay. So these are some things that I'd like you to start. And I don't expect you to be an Olympic athlete by the end of this week, but what I do expect is that 10 minutes after you eat your 3 meals, you're moving for 10 minutes, right? Did you do that this week? Did you get moving after you ate? Earl did, Brenda did. So, like where Kim lives, you could literally go out your door, go down the steps in your condo, walk across the bottom, go up the steps. If you did that twice, I bet that would be close to 10 minutes. I mean, I know we're going to start getting snow here and it's not as easy to get outside, but go to the mall. This house, I could go out the garage, go up the back stairs, go across the top, come down the front stairs. Hannah and I, last night, she came over to eat and I'm like, okay, we got to walk for 10 minutes. We just walked through the house. Because she hates the mosquitoes that are outside. So anyway, you got to find a way to move. And if you do have a vibration plate or you do have a rebounder, I really do like a rebound machine. What happens then is not only are you moving and getting your muscles moving and it's using up the glucose in the muscle fibers, but you're also moving your lymphatic system. And some of you know you have some issues with toxicity. And if you did 10 minutes on the rebounder, that would be like walking for a half hour. So I don't know if you know what a vibration plate is, but you could start by just standing on it. And the rebounder, I'm not looking for you to jump. I'm just looking for you to bounce without your feet leaving the mat. They don't need to leave the mat. Okay. We're not looking to put a bunch of pressure, especially postmenopausal women, on your joints and your ligaments. We're looking for you just to get the body to move lymphatically. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Exercise, food, different tracking sheet. Okay. Some of you are figuring out, when you had a stressful morning, your blood sugar went through the roof and you hadn't even eaten anything yet. So you know who you are. It's your genetic profile. For those of you who are going to the Holistic Wellness Conference this weekend with us, tomorrow night is the genetic talk. I think you'll find some interesting things there if you can join us. Um, all right, Earl, I think I'm giving you the high sign that I'm going to be there in just a moment. Any question? Yeah, 5 minutes. Any questions about what you ate?
The yoga Abby, what?
Abby Mills. I can send a link to that too in the email. It's right on your phone. She does have reels coming on YouTube. You can look it up. It's an app you can purchase, or you can just do some of her free ones. It's a good beginner, and it targets certain areas, like if your posture is bad or your hips hurting, or of course, you're all free to go get a personal trainer or also I go to Sanford Power at noon up at across from Evangel Assembly. It's right next to there. It used to be in the old Home Depot place at noon every day. You can just jump in for $13 and they have a trainer there and they'll adjust for you. Or if you're Silver Sneakers, you can go to the Y. You can go to the aquatic center in town and you can go for free. Silver Sneakers is free. I think you have to be 65 to get that.
The Medicare thing, right?
Yeah.
They bill Medicare.
Mhm. Well, yeah, it's not for you.
But you have to have it on your plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, another question?
Yes.
About the other supplements that maybe came up in your profile, like.
Yes. Good question. So let's talk a little bit about supplements. Boosting your metabolism through supplements is also something very good. This week, now you're done with your 7-day detox, all right? Some of you I mentioned about if you do have high liver enzymes, like non-alcoholic fatty liver, you should stay on Hepato cleanse for at least a month. Okay, that would be a good choice for you.
Yeah.
As Yep.
Do we have one more day of detox? Yes.
We have 7 days. So depending upon when you started, you have 7 days. Yep. Depending upon when you started.
Except for Teresa.
Teresa's done already. You overachievers. And some of you online, you haven't even started yet. So that's okay. Hi, Emmy. I'm glad to see you there. The second piece of the puzzle is your core. I want to go back one. The fiber powder. So if you know that you bloat a lot, that is a sign of leaky gut. And I posted that on the Facebook page, what some signs of leaky gut are. You might want to consider staying on the fiber powder, which you could mix with your trim tea. Trim tea reduces inflammation by over 52%. If you have joint pain, you might want to consider staying on the trim tea or trim cafe. Remember, they both have the same herbal supplement in there. It's just that one has coffee in it, one has tea in it. I would suggest that you continue to do that, especially if you're looking to lose weight, lower your cholesterol. Those are good things to keep your gut junctures tight and reduce inflammation. So those I would continue. I would continue to do the lemon in the water. So now what we could add, some of you, I think all of you are on core. Can't remember if there's anybody who's not. This is an excellent supplement to make you actually feel full and feel real hunger. Leptin and ghrelin are opposite hormones, making you feel hungry and full. And that combined with trim tea will really lower your lousy cholesterol quickly. Within 1 month, you can see your cholesterol drop My brother Randy dropped his 60 points. Earl dropped something similar to that when he took his core and trim tea together. So, but you're also going to lose inches around your waist. It's going to regulate your hormones. It's got chromium in there. It's going to stabilize your blood sugar. But you do have to try to take it according to the bottle. 2 tablets, 30 to 45 minutes before your two largest meals. Okay. I know some of you are still trying to get them in. It's better in you than in the bottle, but it's better if you take it at the right time, especially if you're having appetite control issues or lots of food noise in your head. Okay. So then let's talk real quickly about Go Trim Thin and Go Trim Slim. Okay. Go Trim Slim is the supplement we call exercise in a bottle because even at rest, it raises your metabolic rate. So you're not going to, if you're concerned about keeping your muscle mass, building muscle mass, Slim is a great product to take. If you're on a GLP-1, Slim is going to help you keep your muscle and not lose muscle during that time. It's an excellent supplement to stabilize blood sugar as well. You can take all of these together or you can take them individually. So if you were someone who got slim on your calculations, especially postmenopausally, we're trying to keep our muscle because that actually impacts our bone density and our health of not falling or tripping or having an accident. Then the thin is the GLP-1 enhancer. It will actually create it's a precursor to GLP-1, which is a hormone in your tummy that causes you to feel full, shuts down food noise. But it also sustains GLP-1 hormone in your digestive tract longer. So this is why we use this sometimes when people are coming off a GLP-1 shot. This is if somebody doesn't want to do a GLP-1 shot, but they want the results of that, they might try this. But we've had a tremendous amount of success when people take slim and thin together, especially if you have a larger amount of weight to lose. Barb, do you have anything to add to those? I've got another trainer in the room. She's so awesome at what she does. I'm gonna feed into her. So those are the two. Was there another one, Marcy, that came up that you were asking me about? Axe is one, I guess we talked about, Marcy. For those of you who are seeing your blood sugar spike because of stress, I would suggest 2 Axe a day before your most stressful part of the day.
Suggest we don't want our cabbage to live.
Okay, perfect. Axes for stress. Take that one. Okay, Earl's calling us to the kitchen. Come on, everybody, to the kitchen. Okay, girls, come on, hop to it. Zoom can only last so long. These girls will get tired.
This is what?
This is Mr. Earl.
Hello.
Okay, here we
Okay.
go.
So today we're gonna have,
Come in and sit down, everybody. Barb, you want to sit on the couch?
do we have another chair? We can bring a chair in. We're
Vicky can
having,
sit.
egg roll in a bowl, okay? So I'm gonna make this, but I made this so that we can all eat it. And I'm gonna make another one as we go. So the final steps is after you take it off of the stove, then you put in rice wine. I think it's 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons of rice wine. So we're just gonna sprinkle some rice wine around there. I don't know what the alcohol content is.
Rice vinegar.
Yes,
Rice
vinegar.
vinegar.
And then we put in sesame oil. I gotta make sure the recipe, I think that's 1 teaspoon. Yeah. 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, but we don't have toasted sesame oil. So we're just putting sesame oil in. And then we'll put on some toasted sesame seeds. Okay, now this is ready to eat. So go ahead and we'll serve this up.
So this is going to have a lot of flavor to it. It's egg roll in a bowl. So you're not having, I mean,
So,
Brenda serve. She's
our
good.
plan is for the, whatever this is, 7 of us, 3, 7, to eat all of this. So
Barb, you got to eat some too.
now, while you're enjoying that, I'm gonna show you how to make it. We're gonna use a cast iron pan this time. And we start with 2 tablespoons. Well, it says 1 tablespoon of olive oil if you have pork or hamburger. If you have turkey, which we do, then it's 2 tablespoons. And we like to use avocado oil instead of olive oil because it has a higher smoke point. And so if you want to smoke, it's got a higher point. So we'll put a couple of these in and we'll let that warm up
Can you
just
get
a
barbecue
bit.
too?
That's fine. Thank you.
And then what I've done, this is so simple. Diced up about a cup and a half of onions, yellow onions, white onions, whatever you prefer. And
How's it taste?
Very good. Delicious.
Does it have good flavor?
Mhm.
I'm gonna have
It's not
more.
bland?
No,
So once this heats up a bit,
it's like what?
then we'll put our diced onions. I like to dice the onions. If you like to taste an onion, go ahead and
Mhm.
chop them, but I like them diced.
What book is this recipe again?
I emailed it to you all
Thank you.
Okay,
and I text messaged it to you. I'll attach it again on the next email.
and then this is our ground turkey, and we were talking about it. Some of it comes out like looking like spaghetti, but this looks more like hamburger. It's a little more appetizing. So it's 1 pound of ground turkey. Break this up a little bit.
Have you?
And then this browns in about
I
10
usually do one a
minutes.
day. There you go. Mhm.
And in 10 minutes, it's gonna brown. We'll add the spices and the coleslaw, just baked coleslaw. So easy, just dump it in. Now, it asks for ginger. So what we have here is some ginger root. I mean, we have this powdered ginger. They don't even smell the same. I don't even like that. But this smells so good. And I've already diced up a tablespoon, but all you do is take your carrot peeler and oh, it smells so good when you do that. It's got some contour, so we'll just clean up the contour. Always cut away from yourself or towards others, which is the same, right? When I was teaching carpentry, I always told the students, always cut towards others, and I got a kick out of it, and then they remembered it. So I'll just dice this up. I love the Pampered Chef dicer for the onions, but it's kind of consumed some of your product. So with the ginger, I just like to chop it like this. How's the ginger taste in there? Can you?
I'm definitely making this for your own. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would like this, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm kind of looking forward to having some for lunch tomorrow already. Okay, so we'll have a little ginger. So Pam also bought sriracha.
Yeah, so you can put that on top.
If you like
Top.
sriracha. You're welcome to. My personal opinion, yeah, there it is. It kind of robs the flavor, because then it tastes like sriracha. But you're welcome to it.
We gotta try it so we can see if we.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Teresa. Just put it on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the glycemic load on that sriracha is very low because the seventh ingredient is honey, I think, or cane sugar. I can't remember, but
It's cane sugar in that one, but if you find one that because I love.
so a lot of srirachas will have sugar as the first ingredient. That's not what you want. Okay, so you want it to be lower for a condiment, lower in the thing. Barb, did you write down the password?
No, I haven't turned the machine on.
Oh, okay.
Machine, the computer.
Palmer 300
PAL,
MER.
capital P.
Now everybody knows my password.
Easter.
So the other thing I wanted to mention, Earl, we've been switching over to cast iron cooking because
It tastes better.
it does. And it doesn't have the PFAs in it.
Yeah, no PSA.
PFAs. Because PFAs are
Cafe?
yes.
PFOA,
They are toxins that come from Teflon. And if you ever had a Teflon pan where you can see the scrapes in it, well, that Teflon's going in you and it never dissolves and it never goes away. And they're finding these PFAs even in baby umbilical cords and throughout the body. And this is becoming one of the lead toxins that's causing to neurodegenerative diseases and things like that.
Big words.
And the black
This is ceramic, right?
yes, that is ceramic. So
And
that's
you're welcome to have more because eat all of this up because I'm making more.
so ceramic is good. Cast
Cast
iron
iron.
is great.
Stainless steel?
Stainless steel is good, but get rid of your Teflon pans. Don't even,
Aluminum gives you.
yeah, and you don't want aluminum either, because that scrapes off and you eat that. And then your nylon black plastic utensils, you need to get rid of them.
Yeah.
You need to go back to wood, using wood or metal.
Hold on.
You know, I haven't read a ton about silicone, but I just am not a fan of it. I think they still have yet to find that it's gonna
Mhm.
bleed into
I mean-
BPA's.
Synthetic, they
Yeah.
made it somehow.
So, you shouldn't ask me because I'm still using Earl's grandma. Earl's grandma. Now Earl's a grandpa and I'm a grandma. We're using his grandma's muffin tins from the 30s. So
He was born in a sod house in the 1890s. We're still using our muffin tins.
yeah. So some of these things, maybe you haven't used these condiments before. I want to talk about soy
Yes.
sauce. Soy sauce has gluten in it. Tamari soy sauce. This, if you use Bragg's liquid aminos, it's gluten free. It's cleaner. Or you could use coconut aminos, which is even better. Yeah, that's excellent. So have you heard of that? Coconut aminos or Bragg's amino acids? Let's switch out our soy sauce to that. Okay. Um, again, we heard in the video that the less processed your vegetables are, the better they're going to be for you, higher fiber. Now, I like to cheat, Earl and I, and get minced garlic instead of doing our own mincing. It would be
We
better.
usually do, but I canned it all up.
Yeah. And then you can see, like, if you leave food out for people to eat, like, you'll see that more people will eat it if it's handy. And you guys are the same way. Did you find prepping some vegetables helped? Prepping, did anybody
Mhm.
prep?
Yeah. Helping save me this week a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Can you watch this?
Okay, what time is it? Do you have any questions? Chef Earl, yes. Do you have any questions? Pam, can you increase the picture size to full page? Oh, yeah, I suppose I could have if somebody would have, I would have read that earlier. Full page. I suppose it's because I have the questions open. More full page.
Need this. I'll send it to your house. You can share, you know.
Okay. So a last few things. Again, I want you to protein load. I want you to eat protein within the first 30 minutes of rising. I'd like you to use spices. Few things. Let's look in my spice cabinet here. More cinnamon is great. You can now drink your tea if you want to put some extra cinnamon in there or allspice in there or cardamom that really makes it taste good. Just make sure that your spices don't have monosodium glutamate in it, MSG free. We want to make sure they're gluten free. Some spices do have gluten in there to keep them from caking. Um, let's see, what's another thing I could tell you about in here? Kind of thrown away the bad ones. I usually have bad ones in here to show people. Is this a bad one? Taco seasoning. I'd recommend you make your own taco seasoning so you know what's in it, because many times this has extra things in there to keep it from caking or enhance the flavor enhancer. Accent is an MSG product. You don't want to use Accent. Meat tenderizer is basically MSG. So I would look closely at the ingredients at the bottom, not necessarily at the Excel spreadsheet part, okay? Kim, do I have any spaghetti sauce in the pantry? There's a couple different kinds of spaghetti sauces I really like. I like Rao's because it doesn't have extra sugar. And I like a Classico tomato basil because it doesn't have extra sugar. There it is. Good girl. And many times tomato sauce is a place they hide sugar. So there's going to be sugar naturally in you can hold them up just so you can see them. There's going to be sugar naturally in the tomato, but you don't need added sugar. So when you look right here down in this ingredient part, it's the paragraph written part, you want to make sure that sugar's not added there. All right. Even things like beans or salsas, you want to make sure that they didn't add sugar. Hummus, you can make your own hummus. There you go. Make sure you're eating more than just two kinds of vegetables, sugar and or celery and carrots. In the morning for breakfast, I love to cut carrots, celery, broccoli, throw sauerkraut in there, and then crack the eggs in there and make a scramble. Or you could just put that whole thing in a cast iron fry pan in the oven, and now you've got a frittata, right? Um, that's also in the recipe book.
Okay.
Soups and stews are great this time of year because it's starting to get cold. And so not just turkey chili, but I made a huge pot of chicken soup.
This is time sensitive. So it said a tablespoon and a half of salt. I'm not a huge fan of salt, so I just did a tablespoon. I think that's plenty. And then you put in, it said 3 cloves of garlic, and we're out of cloves of garlic. But sometimes, so I just do a swat. That's a clove. That's a clove. I learned that from Pam. But sometimes we go and get 5 pounds of garlic at Costco, and then you can can it with like refrigerator pickling spice. And then so then you have those, and then you can take them out and slice them up. And then you throw in the ginger, and it said in the recipe, just simmer the ginger until you get the aroma. About 30 seconds, and actually that smells really good. And then you just put this
Bob
in.
should come with you.
You put this in, and then all you have to do with this, depending on how the coleslaw, how you like yours, I like to just get it warm. Once it's warm, that's enough.
Instead of overcooking it.
Yeah, and these got a little overcooked because I wanted to cook it before class, and then you guys took a while. That looks a bigger pan would work. So
What you used here.
yeah, like that one.
Yeah.
But I did want to try it in the cast iron and see if it's got a little different flavor, because we found with almost everything we cook, we have a Dutch oven, a cast iron Dutch oven too. Oh, the roasts are so good when they're cooked in that.
Today to season.
Super easy.
Really?
Yeah, they're actually easier to clean than any other pan you have out there.
But seasonings, that food doesn't stick to them.
Yeah, so after you wash it, you shouldn't wash it in soap or don't use too much soap. Use a scraper. And if it's something's really stuck on, leave water in the pan and boil it, and then take it over to the sink and scrape it off. And then I dry mine with a paper towel, and then immediately I set it back on the stove, and I just take some avocado oil and dump it on there and walk away from it. And it just absorbs itself into the cast iron, and it comes super clean. It stays super clean. It's super easy to take care of. What you don't want to do is leave it in the sink with water. It will rust. What you don't want to do is wash it out and then, leave it on the countertop to dry by itself. The trick is to get it dry right away. And that's why a lot of times I'll put it back on the burner or in the oven I'll turn the burner on for like 30 seconds. So it just warms up and shut it off again.
But if you do get a little rust, just get a paper towel and a little oil and
Clean it off.
clean it off.
Okay.
So the very first time you get it is the only time you should really have to season it. The directions are right there. You put the oil on, you stick it in the oven for a couple of hours and it sinks in. Most cast iron now you actually buy pre-seasoned if you get one. But that's the first time you season it. After that, really, as long as you're just scraping it, cleaning it, drying it, heating it up again, put some oil on there, you'll never have to season it again.
Now, it did say to slice up a couple scallions in here.
Onions.
We didn't have any.
I didn't. I know you don't
Yeah.
like them.
So-
Onions and scallions, aren't they almost the same?
Yes, they're the same family. And you could put a red onion in there. That's another thing that's in the menu. Gives a little more color, a little more, if you like that onion flavor.
Or a little sauerkraut. I just made that up.
Yeah, you could put sauerkraut in there.
Well, you can put peppers in there.
German
You
egg
put-
roll.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I use. German egg roll.
Sauerkraut is good for your leaky gut
Absolutely.
and eggs and just a lot of things.
So I just wanted to talk about my seasoning because I have like a smaller pan that was kind of looking really funky. So what I did when I read about it, I used avocado oil and you just rub it on there and then I threw it in the oven at 450 for an hour.
Yeah.
And then you let it
Cool.
cool down in there. So I did it once and then I did it twice. And then this was the coup de grace, but I found some lard that I had at the third time because it was still sticking, when I was cooking. So I did some lard and, the same thing, 450 1 hour, whatever. And that thing is greased lightning. right
Okay,
now.
so I am going to tell you this. This is true of stainless steel too. Don't put the food in there until it's heated up. You want it hot to, sizzle when you put some water in there. It beads across there. Then stainless steel will not stick and cast iron won't stick. Don't stick it in there cold. It's going to stick. Okay. And so if your pan is too dry, even with stainless steel, if it gets, hot, just put a little avocado oil in there. I would not use olive oil because the smoke point is so low, you're going to
Right.
create a
Yeah.
carcinogen. Just put a tiny bit of oil in there. Whatever you're making, if you have too much oil, when you get done, just crack an egg in there and it'll absorb some of the oil and taste good in the meal. Okay, that's all the cooking for today, folks. We recorded. We'll be sending you an email. Oh, I got a couple chat questions. 4 pounds down. Getting measured. Good job. You're going down to 79 this week in South Florida. Oh, we feel so sorry for you at 48 here. I forgot about the egg roll in a bowl. Yummy. Okay, Shelly Derby, you're welcome. Everybody have a great night and we'll see you next week. Phase 2, more protein, journal. Send your journal to your coach so they can be checking it daily. These guys are rock stars sending in their journals. All right, take care.